Anyone who can create art, especially out of ice, like this, has my full attention. This is actually in Barrie, where we were on location just yesterday and taking in all of these beautiful ice carvings and ice sculptures. Thanks so much, Kasha, and to happy ice to not so happy ice. Wind chills in the minus mid-teens. So as Kasha was mentioning at the end of her report, we're going to have to go down to Crystal Beach pretty soon, right? Because the temperatures by next week are going to start not quite seeing a mild trend necessarily, but much warmer than what we're experiencing between now and through the weekend, with some brighter skies on the way. Scattered flurries we're expecting for Friday morning for the drive around the GTA. So it's not going to be a big storm system, a bit of a nuisance perhaps for the morning drive tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to take a look at your forecast, of course, and what can we expect in the short term. Still on the ground, I want to show you where we are with regard to the big snow up still through Midwestern Ontario, up toward Barrie and points north up into Timmins, which is exactly where we're going to find Kevin Yard tomorrow for the show. He's heading up to Timmins. That's my hometown. So if you see Kevin at the Tim Hortons on Algonquin, wave hello. But he's going to be up there with probably going to be getting some guests and the like on the show as well. So do say hello to him if you see him. We're going to be taking a look, of course, at our winter comfort tips. Have this clipper system that's going to be moving through, and it is going to be bringing us a little bit of snowfall. But what happens with this low is that it weakens as it progresses east. So by the time it reaches the GTA, looking really at just some scattered flurries reaching through, and there may be about a centimeter. I think at most we'd pick up 2 centimeters from this. But if you have pictures and videos, let's take a look at your long-term forecast. 7 days in Toronto. Well, some scattered flurries here for Friday, as we mentioned. Temperatures getting cold yet again, heading through the weekend. It's not terrible, though, and then a little bit of a moderation in the temperatures. By the time we get to Monday, though, that storm system may bring us more accumulating snow, possibly in that 10-centimeter range. We need to be watching that one pretty closely. And then in Hamilton, same situation. We've got Friday flurries, temperatures a little bit colder for the weekend, albeit bright for Sunday. And then by Monday, Tuesday, we'll be watching for the next low pressure system to come in with more snow. Haven't we? Well, today is slightly milder across southern Ontario. And staying on the subject of ice, what kind of ice do we have, coverage do we have on the Great Lakes right now? Well, most of the Great Lakes are covered over almost entirely with ice, with the only exception, Lake Ontario, only 36% ice coverage, largely attributed to the fact that we've had some winds that just haven't allowed the ice to form quite as much as perhaps on other lakes. So we're taking a look now at our wind chills for this afternoon. I mentioned that it is slightly milder, and it is. A wind chill of -8 in Toronto versus wind chills in the minus teens, as we've been seeing lately. And this is in part because we have an approaching warm front, and it's more of a southerly flow that we're being influenced by. There's actually a slight inversion in place across the GTA right now, where there's some colder air that is blocked at the surface versus some milder air above. And we do have, again, temperatures that will still stay cold for the weekend ahead. Hey, Family Day is coming up, actually, isn't it? On Monday, Kasha Badurka now has visited the ROM to give us an idea of how we can reconnect with nature and also stay warm. Have a look. So, yeah, still cold enough to see some snowfall. In fact, we even have a slight mild inversion in place across the GTA right now. So there are the highlights for today. Slightly milder. We do have some snow around us because of a clipper system that's going to be moving in, and that will result in some flurries for the GTA. So the morning drive tomorrow could be perhaps a little bit slower than normal to end the work week. In terms of temperatures this afternoon, -3 for Toronto, -2 in St. Catharines, -2 for Hamilton. And then as we head down into the Niagara region, you can see the temperature still staying cold. Crystal Beach is located right about there on the northeastern shore of Lake Erie. Pretty interesting stuff. Well, we do have that clipper system, as I was mentioning, approaching us for tomorrow, so it's going to bring a little bit of snow. Also, with regard to the wind, it's not going to be particularly all that strong with this low. Certainly all the big winds are off to the east with our big storm watch system across eastern Canada. The difference between wind patterns in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Here's Jacqueline right now with Science Behind the Weather to explain the difference.